Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Cinnamon Stitches. I am your very chilly yarn host Jennifer, and as you can tell by the windows, it's dark outside. Good Monday morning. I am coming to you from the past. I am the host of Christmas Past. I recorded this last night. What's up? So, on Monday, we call this our Monday Makes episode, and I come on every Monday and I show you what I have made in the past 7 days. And I'm tired. It's been a long weekend. I have to give you a weekend update, a life update, a health update if that's necessary. Recently I've been given house updates because everybody wants to know how's the house for sale thing going, how's the house hunting going. I do have an update in that arena. We will talk about that at some point in this video. I have not made a whole lot. It's been a week. It has been a week. It has been a week. It's been a week. So, yeah. I made 2 hats. I made 2 hats out of 1 ball of yarn. And you guys already saw 1 hat because I showed it to you on, I think, Friday. That was... I'm tired. How's this hat? This is the knit hat that I made using the new Color Fusion DK and the color Prism. Oh, I made this one. And I did show that to you in Friday's video in case you missed that one. That's what this looks like. I used the Bloom Baby Hat, Bloom DK Baby Hat pattern. This is, again, knit. I used these things. So yeah, I knit this hat. And I know, if you're fairly new here, I don't knit very often. And when I do, it's usually a hat, or last Christmas and the Christmas before that, I knit stockings for everyone in my family. And that's about it. That's what I knit. I have knit socks too. I have knit socks. So I made this beautiful hat. But when I do hats, I like to show you guys what it looks like in knit. But I also like to show you what it looks like in crochet because my channel is Cinnamon Stitches Crochet. So I made a hat with a granny circle on the top. And it's just double crochets mostly down the side. So this is what it looks like in a granny circle. It was a granny square that I turned into a circle. And I love the way that that turned out. I think that is so pretty. And this is the way that it looks in double crochet versus knit. I still think it's very pretty and very watercolory. And I really like the way it turned out. I was pleasantly surprised with myself. Now, this is not a pattern. I don't like following patterns, and even when I make a hat pattern, I don't usually follow it a second time. I kind of remember what I did, and I kind of go from there, and I change it up every time. There are hats similar to this on the channel. For example, there is one that I tagged, I sent to someone. Someone commented Sunday today on my video, do you have any hat patterns for DK weight yarn? So I went looking through some of my patterns, or my tutorials. I don't do a lot of patterns. And I found one using Mary Maxim yarn called the Lavender Forever hat, which was based off of a song called Lavender Forever by Jake Wesley Rogers. So I used him as inspiration for the hat. And it's more of a spring, summer, fall kind of hat than an actual winter hat, but it is made with DK weight yarn. It is a very beautiful hat. But I think the top is probably similar. I don't remember. It was a long time ago. And like I said, I haven't made the hat set. So this is what it looks like on the front. This is what it looks like on the top. And hopefully y'all can see that. And this is what the knit hat looks like on top of the crochet hat. I look like I have a bicycle helmet on. So that is all I've made this week. I think. Let me turn around and see. Yes, because I'm fairly certain I showed you all the woobles that I made. By the way, I don't know if when I turn around if this will focus in. I put some of the woobles here, and I put some of the woobles on my new Christmas tree that Mr. Cinnamon bought for me. I have the Grinch and Max from the Five Below set on the tree, and you probably can't see it. I put the little stocking, Janice. The stocking is on the tree, as is the little snowman and the Bonnie, the piece of toast with bread or jam on it. And then under the tree are the Grinches, and there's like some of the woobles, the official woobles I've made. Someone asked me the other day, like, when are you going to start your Advent? The only Advent I have is the woobles Advent, and I started it already. I don't open it day by day on the channel because that is really boring to me. I don't like watching other people open their Advent calendar and go, oh look, like, because I already showed what was in the whole thing. Because I can't wait. I am impatient pervis. I cannot wait. So I already opened everything. I know what everything is, and so what I did is I printed off all of the patterns for the Woobles Advent calendar. It's been a long weekend. I'm so tired. What was I saying? Oh, so when I decide to make something from the Woobles Advent calendar, I go look at the patterns and I pick which one I want to do, and then I go find which box it's associated with, which I actually have written down in my notebook, my Premier Yarns notebook. I wrote down a list somewhere in here. By the way, there's patterns in this book too. And Scribble Scrabble. There's a lot of patterns in here. Show lists, stuff for the house I needed to write down. Oh, there it is. All right, so there's my list. So I wrote down day 1 is the beaver, day 2 is the candy, day 3 is the yo-yo, day 4 is the alpaca, and so on and so forth until you got to day 12, which was not a wooble at all. Neither was day 11, which I should probably take those out because they could be out for decoration. So I went on. I was like, okay, who do I want to make today? So I went to day 10. And I made the little girl elf. She's in here somewhere with a little mug of hot cocoa. And then I made her boy counterpart, which is Bernard. So I made Betsy and Bernard the elves, and I made them little hot cocoa cups, which made me so stinking happy. And someone who has been very kind and generous with me, she's like, you need to make up whole scenarios and make all the accessories so that your little elves can go on dates. And I was like, okay. I kind of do need to do that because that sounded fantastic. So I may be making more accessories for the elves. And what is left in the Woobles Advent official calendar is the beaver, candy, yo-yo, alpaca, a top, a toy top, a car, a caribou, blocks, and the boat, which is pretty much everything except the elf. I also have the Santa, which is not part of the Advent that I want to make, but I also have other woobles that I need to make. Like, I have so many wooble patterns now that I can choose from. So, yeah. I just need to find time to sit down and actually crochet the things. Because I really like making the woobles. I do. I made hats this week though. I did non-amigurumi this week. I still have not finished the Yeti I started. This thing, I still have not gotten past his pants, his legs. And I don't even know. I think he's in here. So I should probably pull that out. I also had to go to storage and pull out. I packed most of my crochet hooks that I wasn't currently using because I've been using mostly the dots hooks and some Omi hooks. And honestly, there's like an entire set worth of these hooks that are missing because they're probably in project bags somewhere in storage. I also have a couple of hooks in here. So, it smells weird in there. It's gotta be these. Yep, those stink. How cute are these? I got these from Five Below. I think I showed these in another video. I really like these. This one was a surprise capped. And this one was a surprise in a box. These things are stinking cute. Like I wouldn't mind 8 more. But yeah, this is as far as I got with my Yeti. I made his legs and his faceplate. And I have not worked on him since. Because I don't like the way the yarn feels. Oh, anyway, so rewind. I was doing a tutorial. What tutorial was I doing recently? What did I make recently? What did I do for a tutorial? Okay, come on, tell me guys, scream at me. What did I make recently? I made a tutorial, right? Did I not? I need to look at my own channel. I see nothing. What the heck did I make recently? I made something that required a fat hook. And I cannot for the life of me think of what it was. And I could not find a fat hook. I had to use a different hook. It was the Grinch. Oh my God, it was the Grinch. It's right here. There's 3 of them. I was making the Grinch with the fat yarn. I couldn't find a big enough crochet hook because they were all in a plastic tub that I put in storage thinking I'm going to empty my drawers out so that like it's not so crowded in there and like so I can move when I need to. I had to go to storage and get them back out. A lot of my knitting needles were in there. A lot of my crochet hooks were in there. And I also had to struggle to find crochet or knitting needles that would make a hat. And these are actually a little too long to make a hat. Because the first couple rows I was like struggling and like sliding it and it was a hot mess. But this hat is actually kind of toasty warm. Even though it's like vented up here, it's keeping me a little bit warm. I should probably put my hood on too because I'm like my hands are like ice right now. But they're also, look how wrinkly and skinny they're getting. I don't even know. And I can't tell you if I've lost weight. I haven't been on the scale. Probably not because I've been eating junk this week. I'm gonna be real honest. I had chips and dip this week. I had popcorn from the movie theater this week. I had hash browns one day this week for breakfast because Mr. Cinnamon was like, hey, you want some, he knows potatoes are my thing, like, right? He's like, you want some hash browns for breakfast? I ain't gonna turn that down. You're making me hash browns? Yes, sir, please, thank you. He also made me elbow de gust this week, which is meatball soup. It's so freaking good. I put a little bit of hot sauce in there. Oh, it cures what ails you on a cold, blustery night. We had a bunch of snow this weekend. Lucas was like ecstatic. His dad went and bought him a sled. So he got the sled for about 10 minutes till he got snow in his pants and then he gave up. He's like, I got snow in my pants, I'm done. Like, all right. And then the snow melted for the most part outside. I was like, all right, well. And now I just got a message from Anthony that's probably gonna snow again, so yay. I don't like snow. I don't like being cold. And we keep the house cold because I get really, really hot at night. When I get hot, I have nightmares. So we keep the house chilly at night so that, you know, me and my menopausal self can like strip everything off every single night. It's hot. It's hot. I feel like I'm dying. It's the worst. That's also it's a side effect of my diabetes too. Like when my sugars are off a little bit, I get really, really hot, like I'm on fire. This girl is on fire. And then she starts stripping her clothes off because she's gonna kill somebody if she gets that hot. It's crazy. It's crazy. Anyway, so yeah, there we have it. 15 minutes in and I haven't told you anything, but I told you a lot. So I really liked Sunday's videos. I'm still getting comments on it. I just wanted to do a shout out on, like, I wanted to thank everybody, and like some people started to get a little competitive, like, well, I watched more videos than the rest of your fans, and well, I hope I'm in the top 5. And I don't care if you've watched one video. I love every single one of you. I do. And some of you definitely won. Some of you definitely won. I think somebody messaged me today, and her numbers were like astronomical, how many videos she's watched this year. And that is just this year. And it is mind-boggling to me that someone has watched me over 500, over 600 times. And it's not even the end of the year yet. That's like over 2 videos a day. Every day for the year. That's wild. So thank you for hanging out. I tried to thank everybody personally, but like after I aired the video on Sunday, everybody was messaging me. They were emailing me and sending me screenshots, and they were posting in the Facebook group, and they were commenting on the YouTube, and I was like, okay, like I'm not home, I can't respond to everybody because we have not been home at all this weekend. Oh my God, this weekend's crazy. So this is where we're gonna get into the house update. If this part bores you, you can go ahead and fast forward. I don't know how long I'm gonna talk about this. So at the recommendation of our realtor, we dropped the price a little bit. And this is where the funny part comes in, okay? So if you guys don't know, if maybe you haven't heard this in a past video, I have very strong intuitions. And sometimes I will have dreams that predict things, and sometimes I get like these really deep, deep feelings, okay, that something is about to happen, and then it happens. Okay, so the morning my godfather died, which was October 28th, the year, like 5 months before I met Mr. Cinnamon, I woke up in the morning and I knew my godfather had passed away before my mom even told me. And actually I knew before she knew. Like I woke up and I was like, I just knew, right? And she came in and she's all, your godfather's in the hospital. And I was like, what? And she's like, yeah, your godfather's in the hospital. I was like, I need to go. I need to come with you. I was all of 9 years old. I just knew that I needed to go. And on the way to the hospital, I told her, I said, he didn't make it. And then when we got to the hospital, she's all, no, he's fine. Because her sister, my Aunt Elise, had called her and was like, you know, you need to get to the hospital like right now, right now. And I looked at my mom, I was like, he didn't make it. He's not alive. Like I just knew it. And so when we got to the hospital, they immediately put us in the church room, you know, where they come and tell you the bad news. And I knew before he ever passed away. So there's a lot of instances like that. And I mentioned, I think in a members video, it was about 2-3 weeks ago, I had a dream, and I don't generally dream about my mom. All the dreams I've had, because my mom died very suddenly. My mom was an addict. She died of an overdose that was labeled a suicide, okay? So, and suicide doesn't mean that she actively went out to kill herself. It's that she did something that caused her to die from her actions. So that's why it was labeled suicide. And I don't know if she did it on purpose or if she just overdosed because she took too much. Anyway. Where I done lost my train of thought. Okay, so anyway, I had a dream. And usually when I dream about my mom, it's I can't find her. Or she's in hiding. Or like, and it's really, really bad. I wake up feeling real sick from those dreams. Like I can't find her. Or I found her and she's not really dead. She's been hiding from us for years. Like that, it's real hard. And so this dream was really different. And I told the cinnamon buns about it. Like it was very clearly my mom was sending me a message. And I heard her voice say, there are changes coming, but it's going to be okay. And if you don't know, you haven't been here. Like this year's been really jacked up. Like there's been a lot of really bad stuff that's happened. And I have struggled through every bit of it. Very badly. And that scared me, that message, because I'm like, oh, what else could possibly happen in my life that's going to crumble even worse? Like what else? And then I tried to think on the positive side, you know, like maybe it's a good thing, maybe it's a good change. And So Friday, we got the call from our realtor, and she's like, I was thinking maybe we could lower the price a little bit. But in the very beginning, when we were picking the price for the house, I had a number in my head. And I told Mr. Sidman, I was like, this is the number that I think it should be at. I just felt it with everything in my body. And he's all, I don't know, like, I think it could go for more or whatever, right? So then the real estate agent came in, and she was way above what I was thinking. Way, well and above. And so he talked to her, and he's, you know, she got him hyped up a little bit. Like, okay, we can get what I thought we can get. Like, because the houses in the area are going for this price and like all these things, you know. And so I was like, okay, well, like, we can go up from what I thought. And it was down from what she thought, but it was definitely up from what I thought. And so when she suggested a price drop, I was like, okay, can we revisit what I thought now? So he texted her back, and he's like, okay, we want it at this number. We've had a good feeling about this number since the beginning. And it was me, I had the feeling. Sometimes the husband doesn't listen, right? And we changed the price on the house Friday night and got an immediate, we get text asking for them to come at specific times. It's called a showing request. And we got one. I'm like, okay, sure. It was 9 o'clock in the morning. They wanted to be here. Which means I got to get up real early, make sure the house is clean and spotless, get the dogs and the children, the child and my adult daughter out of the house, get the cars out of the driveway. Like, it's a lot, and it's like, I get very stressed out, irritated when I'm trying to wrangle 4 dogs and make sure my son has his morning medication for his severe ADHD. And like, it's just a lot. Make sure he has food, because if he doesn't eat with his medicine, he won't eat for the whole day. Like, it's a lot. And then I have to make sure that I eat something small, even if I don't want to, or I'm sick because I have diabetes and I don't want a sugar crash, or I don't want my sugar to spike, because sometimes my sugar spikes because I haven't eaten. And because of my medicine, I will also, if I don't eat on a proper time schedule, because it makes me not want to ever eat, I will get severely nauseated and possibly throw up. So there's a lot going on first thing in the morning to get everybody out of the house. Well, we wake up Saturday morning, and it was like bam, 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 request, 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 request. And I rolled over, and I'm looking at my phone, I rolled over and looked at my husband, and I was like, we're going to get an offer today. He's okay. He, after almost 26 years being together, he's finally trusting my instincts. And he's always doubted it a little bit because it's weird. And I know that some people are like, you're out of your mind. And you can think that, that's okay. I think I'm out of my mind sometimes too. Sometimes I am out of my mind, and I have to remember to go back to my mind. And mind your own business. So anyway, showing after showing. Now, here's the really fun part of Saturday, because we knew we had to be out of the house for hours because it was back to back to back. We had 7 requests for showings on Saturday. 7. And then we had another request for Sunday morning. They did a no-show on the realtor, though. They were kind of jerks, but screw them, we don't need them. So anyway, yesterday, we also had I think we had a no-show yet. No, they canceled. They canceled last minute yesterday. So we had all day to keep the children, because we had my adult daughter and my son with us. We all left the house in 2 different cars, but like we all like caravan around the whole city. With the 4 dogs split up between the 2 cars, because I can't handle all 4 dogs in one car. I can't do it. Although we did that today. We actually went on a little adventure today, and we put the big giant dog bed in the back of my van and put the back seats down, and the 4 dogs stayed in the dog bed for the most part, which was fantastic. I mean, Bentley don't like being away from me, but I was driving, so like he stayed back there. And Mr. Cinnamon was driving passenger princess, which he never gets to do, so it was kind of cool. But while we were out on Saturday, we had, like I said, all day we had to be out of the house. I think it was from 9 a.m. was the first viewing, so we had to leave the house at like 8:30. So we were gone from 8:30 to, I think, 4:30. No. Yeah, because we had to come home at like 1:30 so my daughter could get ready and go to work. And then we left out again. I believe that's what happened. My son, who's 11, and is very, very tech oriented, like he loves technology. He's very neurodivergent. He hyper fixates on very specific things. He has found an interest in geocaching. Now, if you don't know what geocaching is, because I had seen it on Hair Buddha's channel, his Hair Buddha, the travels videos with his family, they go geocaching. Geocaching is, we were using an app or a website. I don't know what he was using. He did it all. I just followed them. I just followed them in my van, and they drove around in the truck, and they would look up the locations, Lucas and Mr. Cinnamon, and there's a map with all these geolocations, and you have to go to said location and find a hidden container. And the containers can look like anything. They can be made out of anything. And inside the container, it's like a giant Easter egg hunt. Inside the container is a scroll or a piece of paper that's rolled up that you sign your name and the date you found the geocache, and then you rehide it in the same spot so more people can come and find it and sign their name. So we found 27 caches yesterday. It's C-A-C-H-E. And we pretty much did this entire area. It was really cool. And we did a lot down by the main mall area and like central shopping district area. And we went from location to location, and a lot of them were hidden at the base of a light pole. And I didn't know the bottom of the light pole is like a metal ring or what do you call that? Like a cap. And you could lift it up and hide stuff in there. Which, of course, growing up in a really bad neighborhood, I was thinking, I wonder if people do that with drugs. I'm sure they do. They do a drop under the light post. I'm sure that happens. So anyway, we did that for pretty much the whole day yesterday, and he loved it. I actually really enjoyed it. This is one of the caches we found. So people take weird random stuff, and see how there's a ring and there's a little twisty thing underneath. So you open that bottom part and there's a scroll inside there. So we found that one. I'm trying not to show too much of his face because people are weird. We found that one, which was a slide box. He found a cat along with the dog. We found, this one was in a pill bottle. we found so many over the past couple of days. We found one that was Woodstock. Let's see if I can have a picture of that. I might not have a picture of that one. This one was made out of 2 bottle caps that were screwed together. Like pop bottles, like soda bottles. And they're hidden just in the craziest places. The craziest places. Sometimes there will be trinkets inside, and you can either take one or leave them all. We found one that was the size of a button magnet. It was like this big, and it was like a button magnet, and you unscrew it and there's a real tiny piece of paper that's scrolled in there that's like rolled up, and we had a hard time actually getting that one in and out, but look how happy that boy is. He looks so much like his mama, he scares me. And that's what the papers look like. And there's a website and a registry, and they have maps, and sometimes they have photos. There's more photos on his phone from the 2 days. At one of the locations, the geocache was in a big giant ammo box, like the big ammo boxes, and it was at a auto parts, an auto repair shop. And so they said that it's there and they will help you find it because it's there with permission, but just don't take the box because it's a big ammo box. So he went up there and grabbed the box to bring it back to the truck to show his dad, sign the paper, and then put it back. And the guy was like, hey, what are you doing? And my 11-year-old turns around because he's out there by himself. He goes, I'm geocaching. He's like, are you going to put that back? And he goes, yeah, as soon as I'm done. And so I was thinking, because it's a big giant ammo box and there was a couple of like cute things in there. I was like, how cute would that be to put an amigurumi, like a little amigurumi in there for someone to find? Like a little hiker or something, or like an explorer with like an explorer hat on, like a little Woobles type thing. I was like, that would be so cute to put in there. And we were urban geocaching, so we were geocaching in the city area. So it was like in light posts and in hidden around big electrical boxes. And there was one hanging from a tree in a parking lot. And it was a lot of like that kind of stuff. But I would really like to geocache out in like more natural settings and out further away from the city that we live in. And so I told him I would really like to do that. And he asked to go, I think in our downtown area, he wants to go down there. And one of my favorite stores is down there anyway, and I would really like to go because she's actually getting ready to close her store because she's got a lot of medical issues, and she's going to go back to working private instead of in a shop setting. So I want to go downtown anyway. So he wants to go downtown and geocache downtown, and I think he said he wanted to geocache out in Charlottesville. So I'm perfectly fine with that. Like, I'll take him wherever he wants to go. So, shoot, we might even go out to Culpeper. I'm sure there's some in Culpeper too. And that'll be a lot of fun because I like going out to Culpeper. I was just at Michael's the other day out in Culpeper. So, yeah, that's what we're gonna do. That's our new hobby now. We're geocachers. All I do is look pretty and watch my son get so excited when he finds one. There was one in a park and ride. And there was a cop parked at the back of the park and ride. And so the geocache location said it was behind the cop car. And he gets out of his dad's truck and I'm parked behind him. He's all... And so I got out of the van. I walked over there with him. He's like, because he acts like he's doing something wrong. Like he's real shifty, like looking around, make sure nobody's like gonna yell at him or anything. Because I did tell him, like, if anybody confronts him, just say, I'm geocaching, it's okay, like, and explain to them what geocaching is if that happens, you know. Because the fun of him geocaching is him getting out and finding it without an adult help, you know. And I think he also really likes that. So I went over there and I'm surprised the cop didn't get out and ask what the heck we were doing, because you got to lift up the collar, is what it's called. The collar, you lift up the collar of the base of the light post, and the collar didn't lift up on this one, but underneath the thing was a slide box. No. That one was a magnet. So there was a magnet on the base of the light post and a metal plate that stuck to the magnet, and behind that was a plastic baggie with the paper to sign. And so he was real scared. I'm surprised the cop didn't get, actually the sheriff. I'm surprised the sheriff didn't get out and ask what we were doing, but maybe he's familiar with geocaching, or I don't know. Maybe he waited till we left and he went and investigated what we were hiding in the light post. I don't know. All right, so that's what we did this weekend. After a very difficult week this week, we had a really good, for the most part, a good weekend. Today, we went on a little adventure. We went and we drove out to Trader Joe's, which is nowhere near my house, and Whole Foods to try to find some gluten-free foods, some goodies. Because we stock up every once in a while on very specific gluten-free foods, because I'm allergic to gluten, in case you didn't know, so is my daughter. And so we went to Trader Joe's and Whole Foods. We were looking for something specific at Whole Foods, but they didn't have it. So it was a nice long drive, and we were all together, and it was a nice day. But while we were out, we were on our way home, we got a text from our real estate agent, and she said that there was an offer on the house. And it was lower. Like, we dropped the price on Friday and it was lower than that even. So there has been some negotiating going back and forth today. Hopefully they send the papers over soon and they're signed and we can move forward. And if those papers come through, we will be closing very soon. Within the next month. And if those papers come through and get signed, I'm probably gonna cry. Because you guys know I've been planning out this move for 2 years. I've been planning the change, the move. And specifically after this year, like, the change is so incredibly necessary with everything that's happened. And I crave it so deeply in my soul. And I have prayed and wished at every opportunity for the past several, probably a year. Like, when it's 11/11, I make a wish. If there's an eyelash on my face, I blow it away, I make a wish. I make wishes on dandelions. I pray at every chance I get to help us get to this next step in our lives, because I desperately need it. My son desperately needs it. I think it's going to be good for everybody involved. And I'm just ready. I'm so ready, like, on a level that is hard to explain. Like, have you ever gotten to a point in your life where it's like, okay, life is life and so bad that you just desperately need something to change? That's kind of where I'm at. And I think we all are. We're all ready to move on to the next chapter. I need to turn this page. And also, I don't know if I told you guys, there's a little farmhouse that I have been thinking about since we went to see it. Because I fell so in love with it, and it's the only house we've seen that I picture my little boy running around in the yard, because he actually did run around in the yard and want to go explore in the yard. It's 5 acres. They dropped the price. And I was told that they're very motivated sellers and that they were hoping for an offer by Thanksgiving, and they have had nothing. And that house has been on the market for a very long while, but it's almost exactly everything I wanted. It's not perfect, but I had a feeling when we bought this house, like, this house was like it. And I knew it from the second I walked in the house. And it was the same thing with this little farmhouse. As I just felt it. Like, I just felt it. And we did hear from the realtor that there was a second person that came yesterday that was thinking about putting an offer. And so I don't know if that's what's holding up the paperwork coming through, if she's like maybe talking to another real estate agent, or she's waiting for them to get back to her about if they were going to make an offer or not. Because once we sign the offer, like, if a better offer comes in, we're not getting it, you know. So if you are the praying type, just pray that everything works out the way it's supposed to in our benefit. And even pray for the other owner, the person that wants our house. Like, I saw her on the camera. And when she was leaving, she did this at the realtor that she was with. And I don't think they realized we have a camera over our garage. We have cameras all the way around the house. She did this at him, and they were speaking Spanish, so I have no idea. I can kind of understand what she was saying. He said he understood her, but she was talking really fast, and it was like going in and out because she wasn't close to the camera, so I couldn't quite understand. And then he said to her, hopefully I'll see you later tonight. And so I was like, she must have really liked the house and wanted to make an offer. That's what I'm thinking. And we were both thinking that, and then we didn't hear nothing last night. So I'm like, well, maybe they weren't. And then first thing this morning, we got that text. Well, not first thing this morning, but like this morning, while we were out and about, we got that text. I was like, so you can kind of tell. You can kind of tell when somebody's interested or when someone's not. Like if they like the house. We've had like 4 or 5 people hang around for like an hour looking at everything, and like we can see them walking around the outside of the house and like checking things out. And then you have some people. I had a family show up here. They waited on their realtor for probably 45 minutes because they came from far away. And I only know that because the realtor left her card, and she is from Virginia Beach, which is like 3 hours from here. So I'm guessing like somebody got hung up in traffic or something. And they actually had to postpone the viewing even though they were sitting outside waiting. And so they were sitting outside, and they opened the front door, and I heard one of them say something like, "I'm sorry I'm late," and the realtors, or somebody said that, and then the person responded, "Yeah, but that makes it the time we're here even shorter." And there was like 5 people in their family, and by the time the last person walked through the front door, the first person was coming back out. I'm like, y'all didn't even have a chance to go upstairs. Like, that don't even make sense. Like, why were you? They were literally in my house for 3 minutes. Like, okay, you hated it that bad? My house is beautiful. I'm sorry. If you don't see the value in it, that's your problem. But although I've been in some houses, I walked into a house when we were buying this house. I walked into a house and I would not leave the threshold of the front door because I walked in and I could see mold on the wall, and I'm really, really allergic to mold. And I looked at our realtor. I really liked her. Her name was Teresa. I looked at her and I was like, I don't want this house. And she's all, why? I was like, there's mold on the wall up there. She's all, maybe it's not mold. I'm like, that's mold. I'm not coming in. I said, not only that, and then I looked down at the floor, and the floor was like the big 12 by 12 or 14 by 14 tiles, and they were not spaced evenly. So it's like it was a home job that someone put, like it was probably a flipped house. And I was like, no, because that's going to cause problems with the floor, because when the tiles are too far apart, there's too much grout there, and the grout will crack and come up. And if the tiles are too close, like there's going to be problems with grout, or like, you know, possible, there's all kinds of issues that can happen with that. And so I was like, I wouldn't even walk in past the threshold. I was like, this house is a no. She said, well, maybe upstairs. I was like, no, I don't want to live where there's mold. It can happen. I'm really allergic to mold. I don't want to be in the hospital. Like, no, that's a big no-no. So, I mean, I get it. If somebody walks in, they're like, ooh, like, I don't like that somebody has a wax melter, or like they get offended because there's a big giant mirror on this wall right here. That's a mirror. And trust me, when I walked into this house, I was like, why is there an entire mirror on that wall? Because this is not the dining room. The dining room is across there. Okay, so, and I've always seen, like growing up in the 80s, the mirrors were in the dining rooms for some reason. I don't know why they put mirrors in the dining rooms. Like, as some houses had the tile mirrors that you couldn't really see in, but it was a mirror. And we never removed the mirrors for whatever reason. Because, I mean, I don't want to break a mirror because that's like 7 years bad luck. So I'm not touching the mirrors. Like, someone else can remove them. I'm not doing it. It's not gonna happen. And there's 3 giant mirrors on that wall. No. And these are 9-foot ceilings. So those panels are 9 feet tall mirrors by, let's see, 3.5 feet, 3 3/4 feet across. No, I'm not doing that. The mirrors can stay up there for eternity. They're not coming down. And so, like, over the years, I've put bookshelves in front of them. And right now, there's only 2 bookshelves in here because I didn't want it to feel like closed off and crowded. And it actually feels really nice and lovely in this room now. But I'm really praying. And I did say a prayer. I said a prayer at the kitchen table when we were sitting down. We were preparing dinner. And I was like, just pray with me. And I prayed out loud to my family. I was like, you know, I just really hope that God, like, makes this work out for the best of everyone, and helps guide us with what numbers we're giving back, or what numbers they're giving us, and what is the right choice. Because it's so hard, because knowing that someone else was thinking about putting an offer in, right? So what if they come in at what we're asking, at asking price? You know, that's a much better deal than the person we're negotiating with right now who wanted to undercut us. But like, there's so many things to consider. Like, is the sale dependent on them selling their house? Is this sale dependent on whether or not they can get the financing? Is this sale going to be dependent on whether they get a home inspection and they want us to fix 800 things, which I'm not going to do. I want the house to go as is. Like, if there's something major that needs to be repaired, like a pipe burst or something, like absolutely, like I'm going to fix that, but hopefully that doesn't happen. That is such a bad thing that would happen. Hopefully that doesn't happen. But you know what I'm saying? Like, there's so many things to consider in what they're offering or what they're negotiating and what we want back. And then where we live, there's a lot of negotiating for the realtor's fees, our realtor and their realtor. Like, we get to negotiate that, and then we get to negotiate whether we pay their closing costs or they pay their closing costs. And so it's like all of these things that have to be figured out, and it's so stressful. It's so stressful. I've never sold a house before. This is the first time. This is the second house we've owned. And we didn't sell the first one because we lost it to bankruptcy, because we bought it when we were 25 years old. And I was 9 months pregnant with my daughter. And the day after we moved in, my husband lost his job. And so, like, in the house, we didn't get a home inspection. Like, it was a whole disaster. So we walked away from that house very gladly. Filed bankruptcy to get a fresh start at 25 years old. Well, actually, we were 27 when we filed bankruptcy, but got a fresh start, started over, and like have not looked back. And so now is our first time selling, but it's our third time buying. And it is the absolute most stressful thing you can possibly do, is to do all of that on top of everything else that's already happened this year. Like, oh. But so I have not had a whole lot of time to make or crochet anything, but I bought this at Walmart because I was having a really SHE word kind of day. I was having a crappy day. And I actually asked for her for Christmas, and my husband was going to buy it for me for Christmas. And I was like, I just really want to buy her today. I'm going to buy her today. And he's all, okay. And I was like, I know I wanted her for Christmas. He's all, it's okay, just get it. Because I was having a real bad day. Her name is Zoe the Flamingo. I think she was $30 at Walmart. I just think she's stinking cute. And no, she's not Christmas, but like, it doesn't matter. But then also, I bought glitter because I don't know, Michaels is giving me rewards left and right. So I bought sparkle yarn. This is Big Twist Twinkle at Michaels. The green is the Grinch color, and this is like 2 different shades of blue. And I'm not gonna do a video for any of this stuff because I kind of already showed some of it. And then I bought myself an ornament kit, and then Premier Yarns is doing 12 days of amigurumi like plushie patterns. And I've downloaded every single one of them, and I want to make some out of the twinkle yarn, and I want to make some out of fluffy yarn, and I just want to make fun stuff for Christmas. I really need to finish my guy, but maybe I'll do that tomorrow, because tonight I'm gonna edit this video, upload it. I'm gonna go lay down next to my husband and get all nice and warm and toasty curled up next to him, because it's been a long weekend, and I've been with him all weekend, but I also miss him. He's the same way. Like, he misses me too, which is so weird. It's like, we haven't touched in 3 hours. Can we please just go lay down next to each other and touch? Not a weird touch, but like, can we just, you know, just let's go hang out. We'll cuddle, just hang out. I don't know if you know this about my husband. He is a cuddler. He likes to hold me and be held in return. He's a very touchy kind of guy. I don't know why I'm telling you that, but like, I appreciate it. I definitely need it. But I think I'm gonna let you guys go, because I don't have a whole lot else to talk about. I think that has pretty much wrapped up everything. If you've been paying attention, Little Man's Medicine finally got updated and he is on the fast track doing way better. It's his ADHD medicine. We had to switch it and like it was a whole thing. It's in the members videos, but like he's doing so much better now. And I finally got my medicine. So I'm doing a little bit better because I had gone almost a whole month without my diabetes shot. And because of that, like my appetite was like raging and like stress on top of it. So I was like eating like way too much. And I only gained 2 pounds in that process. But I took my shot, I think Tuesday, and I take it again today while you're watching this video. And so I felt like the shot makes me not feel good for a couple days, but then like I feel fantastic, and I'm just glad I have it for right now. And then next year I might not have it because the insurance doesn't want to cover it anymore and then I'll have to switch medications. But I had a lot of you reach out to me and say that you're on that medication that they want me to switch me to and it works really good for you. So fingers crossed it helps for me too. And my husband, because he's down, I don't know if you guys know, he's on the same medication I'm on. He's down 40 pounds. So, and that's really good for him. Like that's really good. He's, I've definitely noticed it. Like I can see and feel the difference, but also, he's been doing a lot more stuff. Just, you know, he doesn't feel as achy and sore all the time as he was. And so I'm really grateful for that too. And I'm really grateful because him and I have been kicking butt around this house, getting stuff done and cleaning and fixing stuff and painting and so much stupid crap. Oh, somebody came by and decided they didn't like the color of your dining room. Okay, well, we painted it. Now it's a really plain grayish. I also bought a really pretty rug for the front, for the living room. And I think that really like accentuated my I'm going to show you my living room, okay? We're going to be weird. I'm just going to show you my living room. I put up the Christmas tree this week. I took a photo of it because my living room looks so pretty. That's my living room. What do you think? Now the Christmas tree, it blinks. So it goes from colored lights to white lights because I like colored and Mr. Cinnamon likes white. So it does look different with the white lights. But as you can see, Poncho is on the floor right there. The dogs really, really like the rug. And the rug matches the new paint in the walls. And it just feels like a brand new living room with like my big comfy couch that I bought. So I think a lot of people are going to come in and go, oh, this is the living room feels a lot more cozy with the rug down. And I always liked having a rug on the wood floors because the wood floors get cold in the winter. But also like kids will not lay on a wood floor, but they'll lay on a carpeted floor, right? And on top of that, like dogs like the carpeted floors. But I grew up in a house with carpet. Like I never had like hard floors. And I just like the coziness of a rug. We had a beautiful red shag rug in there years and years ago. I think it was before Little Man was born. With the cat peed on it, I could not ever get the cat pee smell out of it. Which is why I will never own another cat. I have nothing against cats. I've always loved cats. But I had her for 14 years. No, it had to have been longer than that. Me and Mr. Cinnamon got her the first year we lived together, which was 2000. And she passed away, it had to have been 14 years. She had cancer. She was the most difficult cat in the whole world. Like she would hide for sometimes days. She ran away at one point. She's not an outside cat. I don't know how she even got outside. She was gone for like a week and came home. It was like half dead because she didn't eat for that whole time, but she wouldn't come home. And then she would pee on everything all the time. And so there's nothing worse than cat pee in your house. Like there's nothing worse in the whole world. I I loved her, but like when she passed away, like when I had to put her down, and I cried when I put her down because I did love her. I told Mr. Simon I will never own another cat. I won't. Not gonna happen. But we had to like pull up that red shag rug. It was so soft. It was so beautiful. And it was like this bright crimson color. And it was just so, like the kids loved laying on, like all 3 girls loved laying on it. We only had, I think, the 2 dogs at the time. And it broke my heart to have to throw that rug away. But I could not get the smell out of it because it was a shag rug. So when we went and bought the rug, we actually bought it at Ollie's. And it was a good deal. It was a huge rug. And it just looks, so cozy in my living room now, which is kind of sad because I love this house. I have a lot of amazing memories in this house with my kids and my family. For the most part, raised 4 kids in this house. It's gonna be sad to leave, but I am so ready for the next chapter. I'm so ready. And with that, I'm going to shut up and I'm going to let you guys go. Thank you for hanging out with me, listening to me ramble. And please pray that everything works out. And I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.